Welcome in. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm getting downloads from the dragons, and I'm sitting here trying to really figure out how to best communicate this information. So I'm just gonna start, and you can interpret whatever you want to interpret from the video because I don't want to stress myself out too much. So basically, what they're talking about today is visualization and dream work, right? When you have a dream, this is your higher self, your more expanded self, your subconscious, however you decide to label it. This is information from a layer of yourself that can see the map, right? So if you, when you share your location with somebody that has another iPhone, right? And they can see you on the map, but they can also see the streets. They can see other stuff that's going on. It's like that. That version of you is communicating. The version of you that can see the map is communicating to you information, right? Now, this information it can seem random. It can seem like you're like, what does this mean? Like, why am I being chased by a clown on a track and it's raining wings? You know what I mean? Like it could be so random, but like when you really sit down and interpret what the symbolic meaning is behind a dream, you can get some really valuable information. Visualization, right, which is something that we do, right, at this layer on the physical experience, is the same type of communication, but from the other side of the spectrum, right? So dreams are communication from the subconscious, your higher self, your more expanded self, to this version of you, right? The physical version. And visualization is communication from you to your higher self. This is very potent communication because your subconscious is already doing this, right? Everybody has dreams. Some people have more intense dreams, some people don't, right? Some people don't remember their dreams, right? But I think that the bulk majority of us can remember at least one dream, right? So this is a form of communication that is very potent when you're trying to manifest stuff that you want. If any of you are familiar with Neville Goddard, he talks about a visualization technique that you can do right before bed or right in the morning or throughout the day, where you visualize you accomplishing whatever it is that you want in life, right? You're not thinking about the progress to the thing. You're not thinking about the journey to the thing. You're thinking about it already being here, right? Something that's in the present. So when you visualize a scene as if it's already done, right, in detail, right, it can be subtle things, right? When you visualize something in detail as being already done, you are symbolically talking to your expanded self, your subconscious, your higher self, however you look at it, to say, hey, this is what I want, right? I want to feel safe. I don't want to feel like I'm stressed out about money. I want to feel like I have the love. I want to feel like I can travel and do whatever I want when I want to do it, right? So you're visualizing a scene that kind of is symbolically speaking to the architect version of yourself, to align with that frequency, that reality. The reason why these languages feel a bit different, right? So like when you have a dream, it seems so random, but then when you do a visualization, it is something that seems very specific and makes sense, is because there are two, confirmation burp. There are two different sides of the spectrum. Same language, even though symbolically it may seem very different, but one perspective is speaking from the standpoint of expansion, timelessness, emotion. Hey guys, sorry, my phone alarm went off and cut the video. But one side is speaking from expansion, timelessness, presentness. It's speaking from a completely different perspective. So the symbology that's there when communicated can come in what seems like chaotic and random, right? But there's a lot of information that is layered in what's going on, down to the very last details. It's a very deep message when you get a dream and you remember the details of the dream. So on this perspective, when you visualize, you're kind of just visualizing the thing already being complete. So there's still a level of symbology that's going on, right? Because in your life you might be like, well, this thing isn't actually here, you know what I mean? But from your perspective, right, the linear perspective, you're you don't think about the time, you just think about, okay, this thing's already complete. Now, the important thing here is that whatever you're visualizing, right, when you're communicating your desire to the universe, it doesn't necessarily have to happen one for one, right? Remember, you're speaking in symbols when you visualize the scene complete, right? Indicating that you've already achieved the things that you want. You don't know exactly how this is going to turn out. You don't need to know exactly how it's going to turn out. It doesn't even need to turn out exactly how you want it to turn out in the visualization. Which symbolically, what you're saying is, I am secure. I can travel when I want. I have met my soulmate or a significant other or somebody who I enjoy spending time with. You're indicating all of these things, right? So when everything is playing out and it doesn't seem like it's leading towards the exact thing that you're seeing in your head, know that you're talking to the architect. The architect is going to give you things in ways that it may not make sense to you right now, but you placed your order already, just like Amazon. You placed your order, and it's just a matter of understanding, okay, my order is coming, right? So when things move and shift in reality, you're not swayed by what's going on. I hope that this is useful for somebody. And again, this is one of those messages that just came in randomly, so take whatever you want from it, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.